Dear starseed from Gaia, he chose you before the stars were named. And the ache you feel right now is not abandonment. It is the sacred pull of a love that has never stopped calling your name. I am Ophelia, emissary of the Galactic Federation of Light, and I come to you today carrying a direct transmission from the reunion guides, delivered in this exact moment because your heart was finally ready to hear it. This is not a coincidence. You did not stumble here. Your soul called this message in because something ancient inside you already knows. He has been waiting. Not with indifference, not with silence chosen carelessly. He has been waiting for the moment you remember your own worth, your own light, your own power, to step forward into what was always divinely written. You didn't find this video by chance. Your heart called this message in. By the end of this transmission, you will understand exactly how to align with divine union and finally recognize the sacred invitation your twin flame has been extending through the silence, the distance, and the longing you carry in your chest. But here's the first revelation. His waiting is not rejection. It is a mirror. He cannot move toward a love he cannot yet fully see you standing in. The moment you choose yourself completely, the reunion you have been praying for begins to breathe. This is not content. This is a transmission. Something in your soul is ready to remember. Like this transmission to affirm to the universe, my heart is ready for divine love. Subscribe if you are on the twin flame path and aligning with sacred union. Comment 1111 if you feel your heart awakening to divine truth right now. This is not just a message. It is a moment of divine intervention. Your soul has been waiting for this guidance. Your heart knows why you are here. There is a moment, quiet, unremarkable from the outside, when something inside you shifts, not loudly, not with fanfare, but with the unmistakable weight of recognition. Like a door you have been standing in front of your entire life has finally, silently, swung open. You feel it in the chest first, a tightening, a knowing, a whisper that says, "This is it. This is why you came." It is the stirring of a dormant seed, long buried beneath the concrete of daily demands, now finally pushing against the soil, seeking the light it inherently knows. It is the echo of an ancient melody, a forgotten chord resonating deep within your bones, recalling a promise made long before memory. It's a sacred tremor, an internal compass swinging wildly, then settling on an undeniable truth. Most people walk away from that moment. They recoil from its intensity, misinterpreting its sacred pressure as mere anxiety, a passing fantasy, or an inconvenient disruption to their carefully constructed routines. They convince themselves that ordinary life, with its predictable boundaries and manageable expectations, is inherently safer than the profound, echoing call from somewhere deep inside their bones. And so, they consciously or unconsciously return to what is familiar, what is manageable, what does not demand too much from them, sacrificing the vastness of their potential for the perceived security of the known. They choose the well-trodden path, oblivious to the vibrant wilderness calling their name. But you are not most people. If you were, you would not be here. You carry a deeper resonance, a persistent longing that refuses to be silenced, even when the world attempts to drown it out. You recognize the subtle language of your soul, even if you haven't yet fully translated its meaning. What I want to speak to today is not about talent, for talent is merely a tool. It is not about ambition, for ambition can be a shadow of true purpose. It is not about the kind of purpose that looks impressive on the outside, garnering accolades or external validation. Instead, I want to speak to the soul-level knowing that you are here for something specific, something intricately woven into your energetic frequency before you took your first breath, a sacred contract signed in the ethers. And I want to illuminate why so many brilliant, deeply feeling souls spend years, sometimes decades, circling the edges of their true calling, like a moth drawn to a distant flame, without ever fully stepping into the radiant, transformative center of it. They sense its warmth, its gravity, but hesitate at the threshold. The Arcturian wisdom keepers speak of what they call the cosmic architect, the profound intrinsic aspect of each soul that holds the complete, unalterable blueprint of its purpose, its unique gifts, its precise contribution to the larger, unfolding design of this existence. Every single soul who arrives here on Earth carries a unique architectural code, a divine geometry inherent to their very being. This is not a vague direction or a generalized mission statement. It is a specific structure, a sacred design that, when fully understood and courageously built, changes not only the architect's life in unimaginable ways, but also profoundly impacts the lives of every soul who walks through the doorways and pathways their creation opens. It is a vibrational signature made manifest. And here is precisely where the core wound lives, where the deepest energetic block resides. Most people do not believe they are the architect. They do not claim this inherent authority. Instead, they believe they are merely the material, the malleable clay, the timber, the stone, something to be shaped by circumstance, by the decisions of others, by the existing structures already built around them. They wait patiently, sometimes desperately, for someone to hand them the blueprint, for an external authority to validate their worth or assign their mission, instead of recognizing, with every fiber of their being, that they are the blueprint. They are the living, breathing, conscious embodiment of the divine design itself. This fundamental misidentification is a veil between them and their highest destiny. This, then, is the deepest block to fulfilling your cosmic destiny. Not laziness, not fear of failure, not even a general lack of direction or vision. It is the fundamental misbelief that your purpose is something outside of you that you must tirelessly search for and find, like a lost treasure, rather than something inherently inside you that you must remember and courageously unleash. It is the difference between a quest and a homecoming. Pause for a moment and reflect on the patterns in your own life. Do you observe the same type of situation presenting itself again and again, like a recurring lesson designed for mastery? Do you feel that persistent sensation of being tantalizingly close to something magnificent? A breathtaking vista just beyond your grasp, but unable to cross the final threshold? Do the same dreams return to you at night? Not random, fleeting images, but persistent, vivid visions of a life that feels more real, more authentic, more you than your waking hours sometime? Yes, do. These are not mere coincidences. These are not random occurrences. These are your cosmic architecture calling to you, transmitting its encoded messages across the dimensions of your consciousness. These are the persistent signals of a soul that knows exactly what it came to build, patiently, lovingly waiting for the human vessel, the physical form, to catch up and remember its sacred contract. The true tragedy is not that people fail to find their purpose, for purpose finds those who are open to it. The tragedy is that they feel it, they recognize it, they touch it for a brief, luminous, undeniable moment, and then, tragically, they talk themselves out of it. They retreat because the world around them, with its rigid frameworks and conventional expectations, simply has no pre-existing framework for what they are carrying. They have no category for the unprecedented. Because what the cosmic architect is called to build is always, without exception, something that has not been fully built before. Something that pushes the boundaries of the known. And the unprecedented is always, by its very nature, frightening. Not because it is inherently dangerous, but because there is no established map to follow, no pre-approved permission slip to collect from an external authority, no existing validation system to authenticate what your soul already intrinsically knows is true and necessary. It is a path forged, not found. You were not sent here to follow a path someone else cleared, to walk in the footsteps of others, no matter how revered they may be. You were sent here, with your unique light and your sacred design, to clear the path that did not exist before you arrived. You are the pioneer, the innovator, the trailblazer of your own destiny, creating the very terrain upon which future generations may walk. And the profound reason you have been waiting, the reason the calling feels so exquisitely close, and yet so impossibly out of reach, like a shimmering mirage, is not because you are unready, unworthy, or incapable. It is because you have been waiting for external permission, an endorsement from the outside world, to do what your soul has been divinely authorized to do since before you were born. Your permission slip was written in the stars, and it bears your name. It has always been yours. What you just felt, that quiet ache mixed with recognition, is not sadness. It is your frequency remembering what it came here to receive. If this transmission stirred something you cannot name, the divine love frequency code was written for this exact moment in your journey. It contains 5 sacred Arcturian transmissions designed to dissolve the wounds blocking your divine counterpart and activate the signal that draws them closer. The link is in the first pinned comment, but it will only remain there for a short time. The first key, the blueprint remembrance. Your purpose was never lost, only buried. Before you can fully step into your sacred, sovereign role as a cosmic architect, you must, with absolute conviction, stop searching for your purpose as though it were a distant destination you have not yet reached, a forgotten object that needs to be rediscovered. The first key turns, silently, but profoundly, the moment you truly understand that your calling is not ahead of you, lying somewhere in the future. It is, and always has been, inside you, buried beneath the accumulated weight of who you were told to be, who society expected you to become, and the limiting beliefs you unknowingly absorbed. Imagine it as an ancient scroll, hidden beneath layers of dust and forgotten texts, still perfectly intact, awaiting gentle unearthing. From the tender moments of our early childhood, the world subtly, yet powerfully, begins its own architecture of us. We are shaped by the unspoken expectations of family, the rigorous demands of educational systems, the quiet but constant societal message that belonging and acceptance often require conformity and the suppression of our authentic selves. Layer by layer, like sediment settling over a precious artifact, the original blueprint, the intricate, luminous design encoded in the soul before birth, gets covered. It is never destroyed, never erased. Its essence is eternal. But it becomes buried deep enough that most people spend the majority of their lives unable to hear its clear signal, unable to perceive its subtle wisdom beneath the cacophony of external noise and internal chatter. The blueprint remembrance is rarely a dramatic, sudden lightning strike of revelation, a single, blinding flash. Instead, it is a gradual, often tender, and deeply intimate excavation. It is the moment you gently begin to notice that the very things you were told were impractical, unrealistic, or simply not for you, are precisely the things that make you feel most vibrantly alive, most deeply engaged, most authentically yourself. It is the profound recognition that the activities others perform solely for external reward, for recognition or financial gain, you perform for an entirely different reason, for deep, soul-level relief, because they are an undeniable expression of something that must organically come out of you, as essential and undeniable as breath itself. It's the feeling of returning home to a forgotten part of yourself, where every cell sings in recognition. When this key truly turns, you cease asking the external world, or even your logical mind, "What should I do with my life?" Instead, you begin to listen, with every fiber of your being, to what your life has already been asking you to do, what your heart has been nudging you towards, what your intuition has been whispering. You begin to notice the golden thread that runs through every moment of genuine aliveness, every spark of joy, every instance of profound presence you have ever experienced, and you begin to follow it. Not because it makes logical sense to your rational mind, but because it is undeniably, irreducibly, and sacredly yours. It is the breadcrumb trail back to your own sovereign self. The second key, the fear alchemy. Destiny always arrives wearing discomfort. The second key is perhaps the most profoundly misunderstood and often resisted in the entire architecture of purpose. Because here is what no one tells you about the moment destiny truly calls. about the precipice of stepping into your authentic power. It rarely, if ever, feels like triumphant celebration. It almost universally feels like terror. It feels like the ground shifting beneath your feet, like standing at the edge of a vast, unknown abyss. Every soul who has ever dared to step into their true, magnificent calling will confirm this unsettling truth. The very moment the path becomes clear, often after years of searching and yearning, is also the precise moment when every fear you have ever carried, every doubt, every shadow, rises to the surface with astonishing intensity. The fear of being seen in your full magnitude, the fear of being wrong, of making a catastrophic mistake, the subtle, insidious fear that what you deeply believe you are meant to build is not a divine truth, but merely an expression of arrogance or ego. The crippling fear that if you commit fully, unequivocally, and courageously, and it does not work out as your human mind defines success, you will have nothing left to retreat to, no safe harbor, no familiar identity to cling to. It is the fear of total surrender, of stepping off the cliff. Understand this deeply. This fear is not a warning signal from your soul, attempting to divert you from the path. On the contrary, it is often a powerful confirmation signal. The Arcturian wisdom teaches that the degree of resistance, the sheer intensity of discomfort or fear you feel toward your deepest calling, is often directly proportional to the sheer magnitude and transformative power of what you are actually here to create. The larger, more world-changing the blueprint, the louder and more insistent the internal alarms will sound within your human consciousness. Not because the path is wrong, not because you are misguided, but precisely because your soul knows the stakes are incredibly real, immense, and profound, and the protective mechanisms of your human mind respond to such real stakes with the full, primal force of its protection instincts. It's the dragon guarding the greatest treasure. The alchemy, the profound transformation, comes when you stop trying to eliminate or conquer the fear before you move, when you stop waiting for courage to magically appear. Instead, you begin the courageous act of moving with the fear present. You do not postpone action until you feel brave or secure. You act, you take the next sacred step, even with shaking hands and a pounding heart, and in the very act of moving, of showing up, courage becomes the powerful, undeniable byproduct. Fear alchemy is not the absence of fear. It is the radical decision that your destiny, your innate calling, is infinitely more authoritative and compelling than your dread, your doubt, or your discomfort. It's choosing the higher vibration. When this key truly turns within you, you stop interpreting discomfort, anxiety, or resistance as a definitive stop sign, a signal to retreat or reconsider. Instead, you begin reading it as a potent marker of proximity. You are close. You are standing on holy ground at the precipice of your becoming. That is precisely why it is frightening. Stay. Lean into it. Breathe into the discomfort, for it is revealing your sacred path. The third key, the cosmic timing unlock. You are not late, and you were never early. One of the deepest, most insidious wounds in the entire purpose journey is the tormenting belief that you have somehow missed your window. The insidious whisper that you waited too long, that others who began earlier have already built what you were meant to build, and that the world no longer needs, or has space for, what you uniquely carry. This belief creates a quiet despair, a sense of having arrived too late to the grand cosmic symphony. This is perhaps the cruelest lie the ego tells the awakening soul, and it is remarkably effective precisely because it uses the language of humility, of self-effacement, to disguise what is actually a profound, energetic form of surrender. It is a subtle but potent act of self-sabotage, convincing you that your moment has passed, when in truth, your moment is precisely now. Your cosmic timing is not arbitrary. It is not a matter of random chance or human-imposed deadlines. It is profoundly architectural. The precise moment of your arrival into your full calling, into the active building of your blueprint, is never accidental. It is the exact, divinely orchestrated moment when the structure's already in place within the collective consciousness. The consciousness already evolved enough. The hearts already prepared, are finally ready to receive what you are bringing forth. Think of it like a master gardener knowing precisely when to plant each seed. If you had arrived earlier, the foundation would not have been ready, the soil not fertile enough, the climate not yet conducive. If you had arrived later, the window of maximum impact might narrow. You are not behind. You are not ahead. You are exquisitely synchronized with the universal pulse, operating in perfect harmony with the grand design. This profound understanding of cosmic timing does not, however, mean passive waiting, a complacent resignation. It means active preparation, a deep immersion in cultivating your gifts, refining your vision, and mastering your energetic field, followed by decisive, courageous action when the moment presents itself. And the moment, guided by cosmic intelligence, always presents itself with undeniable clarity. The cosmic architect who truly understands and trusts this timing works with full intensity, dedication, and joy during the preparation phase, honoring the unseen work. And then, when the conditions align, when the inner and outer worlds coalesce, they move without hesitation, without doubt, without fear. They do not force the structure to rise before its foundation is firmly set, and crucially, they do not delay the building once the foundation is solid and the divine signal is green. When this key truly turns, you begin, often unconsciously at first, to release the comparison that has been quietly, insidiously poisoning your momentum, siphoning your energy. You stop measuring your unique progress against the journeys of other souls on different blueprints, operating on different timelines, with entirely different cosmic assignments. Instead, you return your full, unwavering attention, your devotion, and your creative energy to the specific, irreplaceable structure only you were sent here to build. Your unique note in the symphony of existence. The fourth key, the void navigation, the silence between plans, is where the blueprint clarifies every single cosmic architect without exception encounters the void. It is not an anomaly, it is an intrinsic part of the process. It is that vast, often frightening space between who you once were and who you are dynamically becoming. The desolate, disorienting period after the old structures of your life, your beliefs, your identity have gracefully or abruptly dissolved, and before the new ones are fully visible, fully formed, fully manifest. It is profoundly uncomfortable. It is disorienting to the deepest layers of your being. In these periods, it can feel overwhelmingly like failure, like regression, or even like abandonment by the very divine forces that seem to be guiding you forward with such undeniable clarity. But the void is not punishment. It is never a sign that you have done something wrong or that you are off track. It is, in truth, the sacred pause between movements in the cosmic dance, the profound, resonant silence between notes that gives the music its meaning, its depth, its emotional power. It is the gestation period, the chrysalis phase. In the deep, resonant silence of the void, when all external distractions are stripped away, the blueprint clarifies with an astonishing crystalline precision. The ceaseless noise of the old life, its demands, its expectations, its relentless activity, finally fades enough for you to hear the original untainted signal. The signal that has always been transmitting, always calling, but could not be received clearly amid the incessant activity of maintaining structures, identities, and relationships that were never truly, authentically yours. Most people, understandably, flee the void with frantic urgency. They rush back into busyness, into old, familiar relationships, into well-worn, comfortable patterns, not because those things genuinely serve their highest good or nourish their soul, but because the void demands a quality of radical presence, a fearless willingness to sit in the crucible of not knowing that the unhealed, unexamined self finds almost unbearable. To sit in the space of not knowing, of not yet seeing the next step, of implicitly trusting a design you can feel in your bones, but cannot yet articulate or fully name. This requires a profound level of soul-level faith and surrender that is only available to those who have diligently done the inner work, who have cultivated the wisdom offered by the previous keys. When this key truly turns, you stop fighting the silence, stop resisting the stillness, and instead, you begin inhabiting it with conscious intention, with deep reverence. You learn to treat these periods of apparent stillness, these times of seeming inactivity, not as stagnation, but as incredibly active construction phases. Beneath the surface, the foundation is being deeply laid. The essential energetic materials are being gathered and consecrated. The blueprint is being refined, adjusted, and clarified in the only space quiet enough, still enough, to hear its intricate details. And you are learning, moment by moment, to trust that presence in the void is not dormancy. It is sacred, profound, and absolutely essential preparation for the magnificent edifice you are destined to build. The fifth key, the collaboration activation. The cosmic architect never builds alone. There is a particular, often poignant brand of isolation that uniquely affects souls with large, expansive destinies. A deep-seated sense that what they carry, their vision, their blueprint, their inherent gifts, is too vast, too unusual, or too profoundly misunderstood to be shared openly. This leads to a strong inclination to protect the calling by keeping it internal, building in secret, often waiting until the structure is entirely complete, perfectly polished, before allowing anyone else to see what is being created. It is the hermit building a cathedral in the wilderness, fearing judgment or misinterpretation. This protective instinct is deeply understandable, born from past wounds and a desire to safeguard precious energy. But it is also, in many profound cases, the final, most tenacious barrier between the architect and the full, vibrant manifestation of the building itself. Because the structures that truly reshape the world, that uplift humanity, that ignite new paradigms, are never ever built by a single pair of hands operating in isolation. They emerge, in their fullest glory, from the sacred convergence of souls whose individual blueprints, when harmoniously combined and integrated, create something infinitely greater, something none of them could have generated alone. It is the symphony needing every instrument. The Arcturian understanding of the cosmic architect includes a deep recognition of what they call the soul team, the specific cluster of consciousnesses, the energetic cohorts, whose paths are divinely designed to intersect with yours at the precise moments when collaboration becomes not just helpful, but profoundly generative and essential. These are not just casual supporters, nor are they merely an audience. They are co-builders, integral to the construction. They carry specific pieces of the overarching blueprint, unique insights, and essential energies that the primary architect cannot access or embody alone. And their arrival, their divine appearance in your life, is always synchronized with the primary architect's readiness to receive them, to trust, and to open. When this key truly turns, you begin the transformative process of releasing the deeply ingrained mythology of the solitary visionary, the lone genius, and instead, you open yourself, with radical vulnerability and trust, to the profound possibility that the very collaboration you have been subtly or overtly avoiding is the precise missing component that will finally bring your grand vision into tangible, magnificent form. You start speaking your calling out loud, not to prove its validity to others, not to seek their approval, but to activate its unique frequency, to broadcast its energetic signature, which then acts as a powerful beacon, calling your soul team forward. The ones who are divinely meant to build with you, whose blueprints interlock with yours, cannot find you, cannot align with you, while you are building in silence and hiding your light. Your voice is the lighthouse. The sixth key, the legacy frequency. Build for the souls who are not yet born. The cosmic architect who builds only for the immediate present moment, driven by current trends, immediate gratification, or the desire for recognition within their own lifetime, fundamentally misunderstands the true, expansive nature of legacy. True architectural legacy, the kind that resonates, expands, and echoes through generations, influencing consciousness far into the future, is never primarily about fame, personal renown, or even widespread recognition in the builder's own earthly lifetime. It is, at its profound core, about the enduring frequency that the completed structure, the manifested creation, intrinsically carries. It is about the subtle but potent way it reshapes the energetic field for every soul who encounters it, perceives it, or benefits from it, long after the original builder has transitioned beyond their physical form. Every single act of purpose-aligned creation, every genuine expression of your cosmic blueprint, contains an indelible frequency signature. When a soul builds in full, unwavering alignment with their true, inherent blueprint, not for external approval, not primarily for material profit, not for fleeting validation, but because the soul cannot do otherwise, because it is an unavoidable emanation of their truth, the resulting creation vibrates at a resonance, a harmonic frequency, that does not decay with the passage of linear time. On the contrary, it amplifies. It transcends. It finds the very souls it was meant to find, across continents and across centuries. It opens doorways in hearts, minds, and collective consciousness that nothing else could have opened, acting as a sacred key. It's like planting a sequoia. Its impact outlives its planter. This is precisely why the authenticity of the calling, the purity of intention, and the integrity of the energetic alignment matters infinitely more than the scale of the immediate audience, the polish of the presentation, or the initial reach of a project. A transmission, a creation, a structure birthed in full alignment with one's cosmic blueprint will intrinsically outlast and outreach anything created in misalignment, regardless of how commercially polished, heavily promoted, or strategically engineered the latter may be. The universe has its own profound, intricate distribution system, its own cosmic algorithm, and it routes the signal of genuine, purpose-driven creation with a precision, a grace, and an efficiency that no human platform, no marketing strategy, can ever truly replicate. It finds its way to those who are ready to receive its unique resonance. When this key truly turns, you stop building for the fickle approval of the masses or the fleeting trends of the day, and you begin building, with unwavering devotion, for resonance. You stop asking whether people in your immediate sphere will understand or appreciate what you are creating, and you begin trusting, with profound faith, that the souls specifically designed to receive it, to be impacted by it, will inevitably find it, not just in this lifetime, but in the unfolding tapestry of future generations. You begin to understand, on a deeply embodied level, that your work, your sacred architecture, is not just for the world as it currently exists. It is, with visionary clarity, for the world as it is powerfully, inevitably becoming. And in this realization, you step fully into your truth as one of the essential architects of that magnificent becoming. The seventh key, the irreversible commitment. Destiny solidifies the moment you stop holding the exit. The final key, the ultimate turning point, is the one that most cosmic architects circle for years, sometimes for entire lifetimes, without ever fully turning it. It is the key of irreversible commitment, the profound, absolute decision not just to pursue the calling, not just to dabble in purpose, but to consciously, unequivocally remove all alternative exits, to dismantle every single backup plan, and to build as though there is absolutely no plan B, because for a soul living in true, unshakable alignment with its destiny, there genuinely is none. This is not recklessness. This is not a foolish leap of blind faith. It is, in its purest form, absolute clarity. There is a profound energetic difference between the soul who is diligently building, while secretly, unconsciously maintaining a backup plan, who is giving 90% of their energy and commitment while subtly protecting a 10% reserve for retreat, for comfort, for the familiar, and the soul who has chosen, with every cell of their being, with every breath, to fully commit. The universe, the cosmic intelligence that orchestrates all things, responds fundamentally differently to these two distinct energies. It cannot fully commit its vast resources, its synchronicities, its provisions, its divine support, to a soul that has not yet fully, completely committed to the path it was born to walk. The cosmic architecture of support, synchronicity, provision, and miraculous alignment only manifests in its glorious fullness when the architect themselves has aligned in full, absolute, unwavering commitment. The irreversible commitment does not imply certainty about the outcome, about the specific form the building will take, or the timeline of its completion. It means, with absolute, unshakable conviction, certainty about the direction, about the intrinsic truth of the calling. It is the deep recognition that however the building takes shape, however many times the design requires revision, however many challenges arise, however long the construction takes, you are building. There is no other version of your life, no other timeline, no other reality in which you do not build this sacred structure. The question, in its truest essence, was never whether you would build it. The question was only when you would finally make the unequivocal choice to begin. When this key truly turns, when you cross that energetic threshold of irreversible commitment, something profoundly shifts in the energetic field around you. It is a palpable change, perceptible to both your own soul and, often, to those who know you intimately. A quality of settled, grounded power emerges. A profound stillness settles beneath all the action. A quiet confidence that emanates from your core. A gravitational field begins to form around you, effortlessly drawing toward you exactly what the blueprint requires. The right resources, the right people, the right opportunities, the right timing. Because the universe finally has a clear, unambiguous signal to respond to. You are not merely hoping anymore. You are not wishing. You are building. And the cosmos, which has been patiently waiting for exactly this frequency, this unwavering signal from you, begins to move in concert, in perfect harmony, with every single step you take forward. It breathes with you. Here is the truth they do not tell you about destiny. And it is the one that changes absolutely everything once you allow its profound depth to truly land within your being. Your calling was never, ever in question. The universe, in its infinite wisdom and boundless love, did not send you here, imbue you with a unique spirit, and then forget to assign you a purpose. You were not given a soul with an intricate architectural code and then left to wander aimlessly, without the inherent knowledge of what you were built to create. The divine design was always there. The blueprint was always, intimately, within you, etched into the very fabric of your being. And the reason it has felt so exquisitely close, yet often so agonizingly unreachable, is not because you have been failing to find it, or because you lack the capacity to see it. It is because you have been subtly, perhaps unconsciously, asking for permission to inhabit it. You have been waiting for external validation, for a sign from outside yourself, for someone else to grant you the authority that was always, inherently, yours. Think, for a moment, of every single moment in your life when you felt undeniably, vibrantly, profoundly alive. Not simply comfortable, but alive. Not approved of by others, but authentically, radiantly, alive. These were the moments when something poured through you that felt larger than your ordinary self. When your hands moved with a certainty and grace your mind could not fully explain. When time itself dissolved, and what remained was pure, unmediated presence in the sacred act of creation. Those moments were not random accidents. They were not coincidences. They were your frequency operating at its full, magnificent capacity. They were the blueprint expressing itself, unhindered, through the vessel it chose for this earthly experience. The Arcturian High Council speaks of a pivotal threshold they call the point of cosmic confirmation, the profound moment when a soul ceases its external search for signs that they are on the right path and instead becomes the sign. It is the moment when the architect stops waiting for the blueprint to be handed down, for instructions from on high, and finally recognizes that they are, and have always been, the walking, living, breathing proof of that blueprint. This is not arrogance. It is not egoic pride. It is, in fact, the most profound form of humility, the courageous willingness to fully occupy the specific, irreplaceable space in the universe that was designed precisely for you and for no one else. It is the sacred acceptance of your divine sovereignty. You have been circling this threshold for a long time. You have felt its potent edge, its undeniable pull. You have pressed your hand against it in the deep dark of night, in the quiet, liminal spaces between sleep and waking, in the persistent ache behind your ribs, when you see someone else doing something remarkably close to what you intuitively know you are meant to do, and feel the simultaneous recognition and the bittersweet grief of not yet having fully crossed the line yourself. Cross it now, not when conditions are perfectly aligned, not when fear has miraculously quieted its insistent whispers, not when someone who loves you finally understands the immense scope of what you are building and gives you their full, unequivocal blessing. Cross it now, with the fear present, a trembling companion by your side, with the doubt present, acknowledged but not obeyed, with all the uncertainty and the sheer immensity of it sitting exactly where it sits, within you and around you. Take that step, knowing that even with the internal tremor, your soul is resolute. Because here is what the other side of that threshold truly holds. Not the absence of struggle, for growth always involves exertion. Not the guarantee of external recognition or easy success. Not the certainty of a specific, predetermined outcome, for destiny is a dynamic, living thing. What undeniably waits on the other side is the most profound, resonant peace you have ever known. The deep, unshakable peace of a soul that has finally stopped arguing with its own inherent nature, with its divine purpose. The sublime peace of an architect who has finally, fully, irrevocably, and without a single reservation, begun to build what they came here to create. Every single experience you have lived through, every joy and every sorrow, every triumph and every setback, has been, in its deepest essence, preparation. Every heartbreak was not a breaking, but a clearing, a removal of what no longer served your highest truth. Every period of profound loss and confusion and wandering was not wasted time, but the fertile, silent void in which the blueprint was being refined, honed, and made more potent. Every relationship that ended, every path that closed, every version of yourself you had to courageously release. None of it was punishment, and none of it was failure. It was the sacred, purposeful demolition of everything that was not structurally sound, everything that was not authentic to your core, making indelible room for the magnificent architecture that was always, always meant to rise within and through you. You are not starting late. You are starting precisely, perfectly, exactly when the foundation is robust, ready, and able to bear the weight of your creation. You are not building alone. Your soul team, your sacred collaborators, are already moving in your direction, called powerfully by the frequency you are just now allowing yourself to fully broadcast. You are not too much and you are not too small. You are precisely, architecturally, cosmically correct for the specific, irreplaceable contribution you were sent here to make. Tonight, if you are willing, in the quiet sanctuary of wherever you are, place both hands flat against your chest, over your heart center, and say this truth out loud, into the silence, into the receptive field of the universe. I remember the blueprint. I am the architect, and I am ready to build. Say it once for the part of you that already deeply believes it, the part that resonates with this truth. Say it again for the part of you that is still afraid, the part that needs gentle reassurance and courage. Say it a third time, with deep reverence and gratitude, for every version of you that almost stopped, and yet, miraculously, didn't. For every night you stayed in the profound question, when it would have been easier, more comfortable to simply give up. Say it for every morning you returned to the calling, to the yearning, even when it made no visible, logical sense to do so. The structure that was always yours to build is waiting. The materials are ready. The conditions, both inner and outer, are exquisitely aligned. And the only remaining variable, the final sacred act of co-creation, is the moment you decide, irrevocably, finally, with the full, luminous weight of your soul behind the choice, to begin. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of what is forming here. Drop one intention in the comments, something real from your heart journey, then respond to someone else's with encouragement or love. This isn't content, it's collective healing. Love multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your life is waiting for this exact activation. Share it. And if you felt a soul nudge, subscribe. Stay in the flow of divine love guidance. You're not just watching, you're healing. This is your sacred space. And we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.